Everybody,
Good evening.
we're on Yud Gimel 13.
Yeah, that's
Velos
we are.
HaTratin. So we said you can't have things that doesn't leave area for one of the partners to utilize it, you can't divide. So what do you aim ben kedei lezeh mahu? Let's say you have a plot of land which meets that criteria where there is not enough room when you divide for each person. One of the partners doesn't want to continue the partnership. So Rav Yehuda Omar is din the good or agu. That means one of them can say to the guy, either buy me out or I'll buy you out. Sell to me or you buy me out. Rav Nachman Omar less din the good or agu. He says you can't force this, and therefore they have to continue their partnership. We paskin like Rav, that you can tell the other person, either let me buy you out or you buy me out. Armele Rav Rav Nachman. Less din the good all good. You hold that there is no din where the person can sort of force a sale. What if you had two brothers, Bechor and Pashut, right? A Bechor gets double, a regular brother gets normal. Shiniach lan aviyam eved ubehemat tmeya. One of the assets was an eved Kanani, and the other asset was a horse or some kind of non-kosher animal. So you can't shecht it and sell the meat and divide it. So what do you do with these kind of assets? Ketzadoisen. And remember, if you have a Bechor and a brother, so you have to divide the estate into thirds, because the Bechor gets double and the Ach gets one, right? So you divide it into three equal parts. The Bechor gets two of those parts, but if you have an Eved and a horse, how do they divide this up? Omer lei shani omer ovid lezeh yom echad v'lezeh shnei yomim. The Gemara has an answer. The Eved and the animal works for the regular brother 1 day and works for the Bechor for 2 days. And that's how there'll be a division according to halacha. So Meisvei, Mishachetzu Eved Chetzu ben Choyrin, you have two partners that own an Eved Kanani, and one of the partners freed, gave him a get shechur. So he's half free, half Eved. So what do? Oivid is Rabbi Yom Echad, it's not Yom Echad. 1 day he works for the master who still owns him. The other day he's a free agent, he works for himself, he pockets the money, divrei beisil. V'shamei oimrim takantem es rabbi. Okay, you fixed the financial issue regarding the master who owned half of him. But as atzmo lo takantem, the Eved is stuck. Lisa shivcha ene yachol. He cannot marry a shivcha Kananis because he's half Jew. Lisa bas chorin ene yachol. He can't marry a regular Jew because he's half Eved. So what? Yibatel, he will not involve in pru or vu. The world was created to populate the world. Shenemar, lo tov bara l'sheves yitzarad. It's not good for the world to be empty. So what do? Ella, koifenes raboy v'oisneiso ben chorin. We force the master who still owns half of the Eved to give him a get shechur, and now he's free. Well, if you force him, and let's say the Eved still owes $500. So how can you financially cause the master who owned him to be out money? So you don't. If he was worth $500 and the other master owned half of him, you write a star that this freed guy now owes $250 to the master over a 5-year period or whatever term they set. He's a free Jew and he owes money. And Chazru Beis Hillel, Lohiras Givre Beis Shammai. Beis Hillel followed the sheet of Beis Shammai. Only there, because there's a special reason that you're Mavatal Pru review, that you force the other to get out of ownership. But in other cases, like our case about dividing a plot, we would not say that one of the partners has the right to tell the other, either I'll buy you out or you buy me out. So the Gemara says, "Shiny achad to agad ikka good leka." This is not a comparable case. The Eved cannot say, "Oh, I'm going to sell myself," because the part of the Jew that he is cannot sell himself as an Eved Kanani. So he can't force the master to sell him his part. But when it's equal, each one can do the same to the other, then you could machayiv them. Toshma, shnei achin, echad ani vechad asher, 2 brothers. One is rich, one is poor. V'niach lanavian merchatzu beis abad. The father left assets b'Yerusha, a bathhouse and an olive press. Imasan l'schar, if these enterprises were leased out or rented out, there's a monthly rent. So aschar le'emtza, so the 2 brothers divided. Imasan la'atzmo, if these were private bathhouses or a private olive press, so what is a poor person going to do with a private bathhouse or an olive press? The rich brother can say, bring your servants to the bathhouse or bring your olives to the press. But the poor person can't say that, buy my share, because he can't afford it. So hasumnami, good ikka, but a good leka. Right? The wealthy guy can buy from his brother, but the poor guy cannot buy from the wealthy guy. It doesn't go both ways. So there's no proof from that baraisa. Toshma. Tomorrow we'll learn at 7:00 the Daf Yomi, and then the Tzur at 8:30. Okay? Okay. Toshma. Kol she'ilu yicholek shmo alav cholkin. If Green Acres, right, and you divide the land, it's still called Green Acres. So in such a case, you can divide. If it loses its name by dividing him lav, mal noso b'domim, we estimate the value, and then one party buys the other one out. So it seems that we do allow this. So the Gemara says it's tanoi. It's machlokes tanoi. The Tanya. Where we say there's not enough in a plot of land to divide, and one brother says to the other, "Tol atashi or aroy lechaluka." You take an amount that is roy to be divided, like arba amos, vani pochos, I'll accept less. Shomin lo. We listen to that. Reb Shimon Gamliel Omer ain't shomin lo. Hechidami, what's this case? Ilemi kiditoni. I don't get it. My time to Reb Shimon Gamliel. Why do we not listen to him if he's willing to accept it? Ela lav chesuri mesra. There's some words missing. V'hachi ka'amar. And this is what the Brisa means. Tolat harshivani pachis. You take the proper minimum share, and I'll take less. Shoymin lo. Everybody agrees that if he's willing, we do it. And good or all good, nami shoymin lo. If one brother once says, either you buy me out or I'll buy you out, also shoymin lo. So also lemeimar ain't shoymin lo. On that nakuda, Reb Shimon Gamliel argues and says there is none. We don't hold of that. So the Gemara says lo olam tefarsh kidiktani. Udika'amit my time. Reb Shimon Gamliel. Why did Reb Gamliel say you can't do it? Shum de omer le ibid may, that you have to add an amount more than what I'm going to receive. Leslie Lemesa, I don't have money to give. So the matana lo, I also don't want to accept it as a gift. Somebody who does not like gifts will live long. So from here we see like the din is like Rav Yehuda, that you can force good or all good. Each party can say either buy me or I'll buy you. Only by Rav Yosef. Had Rav Yehuda the Shmuel. The Rebbe of Rav Yehuda was Shmuel. And this din is like Shmuel. This is not. Kitzveh HaKodesh, if you have Sefer Torah, Afal Pi Sheshtem Roitzim, Lo Yachlom. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second.
Hello?
This is Dr. Agatstein.
Yeah, hello.
How can I help
Hello?
you? Yes, how can I help you?
Yes, hello.
Yes,
My doctor is Dr. Avili,
yes,
and he operated on last year that had kidney cancer.
yes,
But right now I have coronavirus, and my regular doctor said if I could drink the pill.
yes, yes, you can.
Yes?
Yes,
Okay, that was my question, because my doctor told me every time I drink something, I have to ask him.
yes, you can drink that.
Yeah, okay. So that was my concern. Okay,
Okay, nothing to be concerned about.
thank you.
So the Amar Shmuel, lo yishanu ela b'krach echad. You cannot divide a sefer that's in one volume. Aval b'shnei krichos cholkin. If it was created with multiple volumes, you can divide. Now, for isal kedaitich, less dina good or all good. But if we don't apply the principle of you buy me out or I buy you out, my area b'krach echad, if you b'shnei krachim nami. You couldn't divide with 2 krachim because they may not be equal. One will have to add money. Tirgam Rav Salman, b'sheshtem roitzin. That's a case where they both want. If only one wants, there's no proof that one could force the other. Amra Meimer Hilchasa is dina de goda agud. We paskin like the halacha that each party can offer the other one a buyout, like Rav Yehuda. Amra Vashila Meimer. Had Rav Nachman, who argues that there is no good or all good. My Amar le lo shmieli. I didn't hear that halacha, and lo shmieli, I don't paskin like him. Frankly, more of a low. Rabin Bar Chinina, Rav Dimi Bar Chinina, Shavik lo avua tarte amosa. Their father left them 2 maids as an inheritance. Chada yada ape, one ape ubashli, one knew how to bake and cook. Chada yada pilcha v'nefla. The other knew how to sew and knit. One of the brothers wanted to take both of these. Also, coming to Rav of Omer, the less din going to all good. I'm allowed to do it. He can buy me out because isn't it that the din? Or says Shani Osram, the Lamar Maboyle Tarvayu, Lamar Maboyle Tarvayu. Both are happy with 2. But Kika Marley, Shkol et Chada va'ana Chada, you take one and I take one. So Lav Guru Oguru. So that's not the same thing of buying the other guy out. By why can't the brother say to the other that I'll buy you out? Both of them need a Sefer Torah. Shmuel said if it's in 2 volumes, you can divide it. There's no raya that one can force the other. Rather, this is a case where they both desired. Now, the Gemara goes into a tangent about Kisvei HaKodesh, because we mentioned Sfarim. Torah Rabbanan. Madbik Adam Torah Nevi'im Uksivim Ke'echad. You can put Torah, Nevi'im, Ksivim, make a Tanakh. The Rab Meir. Rabbi Omer, Torah b'fnei atzma, Nevi'im b'fnei atzma, Ksuvim b'fnei atzma. He disagrees. Torah can go together, Nevi'im can go together, Ksuvim can go together. The Chachamim Oimrim, Kol echad ve'echad, each sefer is b'fnei atzmo. Yeshayahu is by itself, Yirmiyahu is by itself. V'am Rav Yehuda Ma'aseh b'Baitus ben Zunin, Shahayu lo shmona Nevi'im medubokim ke'echad. He had 8 Nevi'im stuck together in 1 volume. Al pi Rav Elazar ben Azariah, based on the Tana of Rav Elazar ben Azariah. V'yesh oimrim, Ohayu lo ela echad b'fnei atzmo. He had 8 Nevi'im, but all separate. Amar Rabbi Ma'aseh v'vi'u l'faneinu Torah Nevi'im u'ksivim b'kom ke'echad. They brought me a Tanakh. V'chsharnim, we said it's kosher. He paskin like Rav Meir. Now, but bein chumash l'chumash shel Torah arba shitin. Between Brachis and Shmos and Vayikra, you need 4 lines. L'chein bein kol novi l'novi, between Yeshayahu and Yirmiyahu, you need 4 lines. Uvenovi shel Shnei Masar, Trei Asar, where they were all, it was considered 1 book. Sholish shitin. You only have to put 3 lines between each Navi. Umesai milmata. You can finish the sefer at the bottom of the page. Umatchil, and start the new sefer milmalo on the next page without space. Torah Rabbanan, aroitzel ledabek Torah Nevi'im u'ksivim ke'echad. If you want to make a Tanakh midabek, you can do it. V'oisa b'roishoi. You leave on the top some empty space, kedei logul, because you want to do glila on al gabi omud. By rolling it, you need to have some empty space. Also, the sofa kedei logul hekef. The end should leave space so that it can wrap the whole thing. Umesayim milmato maschem milmala. You finish the sefer at the bottom of the page, and you begin from the beginning. These are rules for the soifrim. Okay, very good. Shkoyach, everybody.
Oh, yeah. Very good.
All right.